never backing down at all, yeah. Say, lion stands, tell them man we are not afraid. Fire blaze, where I come from, I say we renegade. It's 96 degrees, yeah, in a the friggin' shade. And the streets are blaze, man who have the end of
Say my people want peace, so we fight here for freedom. One fist multiplied to a whole coliseum. We out here marching in the streets for a reason. It's see 'em on, take 'em off season. Yeah,
it's that King T on a hot beat of a dope track in the studio. Then to the stage, they so amazed, then fire blaze to another show. Prosperity, charity, come together, then world relief. CMR, then world peace, all the things that should be.
Through the Messiah, rise like a phoenix. Souljah Bless, roll with Jaja now, and I mean it. Fire, them already see the way how we scheming. CMR to the top floor, no ceiling.
Yeah, top floor need a ring like Illuminati. Chop the beat, sauce it up like some teriyaki. We the gods, we the movement, trendsetter music, teachers of the art, Mr. Miyagi.
We come together, the universe is now unified. So sick of the police and the reasons of their genocide. We march the streets and we feel the mace they spray in our eyes. We fight for freedom and we'll fight until the day we die. I wake up living, seeing my life. I'm human, but I'm trying to get it right. A movie by the end of the night. I'll do this for the rest of my life. I wake up living, seeing my life. I'm human, but I'm trying to get it right. A movie by the end of the night. I'll do this for the rest of my life.
You know I'll do this for the rest of my life. Yeah, seeing more life. Yeah.
Watch ya, my people stand up for freedom. Find out way out we dealing. Knee on the neck of the demon. We here to clean up the season. Them are wicked without reason. So they got up, we keep it. No way for them to creep in. See them on life, we mean it.
You can reach on my altitude, morning, afternoon. Hit it, let me down at the tune. See them all gone national, factual. No cap beating on my thorax. Here go again, anything go hold that. Just heard it today, it's throwback. Couldn't tell to wave with the flow wet. Doors open ablaze and we gon' win.
For all of my people, I'm praying. Please get away, I ain't playing. Winning in life, I'm just saying. How could you ever betray them? Thinking of all of the times the haters were happy to see us in struggle. Now we on top of the world, we taking their hate and busting their bubble. I wake up living, seeing my life. I'm human, but I'm trying to get it right. A movie by the end of the night. I'll do this for the rest of my life. I wake up living, seeing my life. I'm human, but I'm trying to get it right. A movie by the end of the night. I'll do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Count us in.
Happy birthday, yeah, my friend.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah.
Way with it. Peanut butter, baseball bat. I don't remember the words. Peace, and more peace. What's going on, my people, man? Welcome back for another episode of the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. This is season 2, episode number 8. I am LaRue, and I'm joined with the Hot Mango Seed crew to my left, the international botanist, Rob Rader.
Once again, hello, world.
To my right, the VI Massive, Souljah Bless.
Yo, Souljah Bless, never stress.
Super producer, Henny Skywalker.
Are you feeling my Timbs, my baggy jeans, my thug appeal?
Hey. I wish I knew the rest. And last but not least, King T.
Ain't nothing changed. Have no fear. The king is here.
Let's go. How y'all feeling, man?
Feeling great. Like $1 million straight up.
I'm not going to lie, man. I have sunglasses on because it's been a long weekend.
You hurting over there.
I'm hurting.
For good reason, too.
Why you hurting, Rue? What you been up to?
Yeah, it's been, how about you first? How y'all doing, man? How's the week been? How's life treating you? How was 4th of July?
I hung out with Chico Money.
Okay.
And his wife, Nicole.
I wanted to go, too, man.
Shout out to them, man. Chico is a fireworks crazy guy. Like, this dude spent a couple $1,000, probably over $3,000 in fireworks. had the whole neighborhood smoked up. But at the same time, the whole neighborhood was at his house. The whole neighborhood was at the house. The old, young, like he had
Chico
everybody
always
there.
the stay throwing them parties.
Yeah, Chico,
you know
they
what I mean?
went in. So we had a good time. Me and Desi and DJ went out there and really enjoyed ourselves. Yeah, shout out to Chico and Nicole for that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to you both. We love y'all. What y'all do? What y'all do for the 4th?
It's classified.
Henny, we talked about this before the show. You can't use that on
You have to
everything.
declassify all friggin' things to come on this show.
Oh,
you know
well, I
what
was playing The First Descendant.
Okay.
Yeah, fire
Yeah.
title
Alright.
too. Good title.
What's that? Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's a new one, free to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Okay, well,
Are you into fireworks?
No,
No.
no,
Especially like the big ones, right?
don't like it.
Yeah. What about you? What you do? I know what blessed is, so
Oh, you already know.
yeah.
Regular degular, nothing special.
Regular degular. That is a new one. Regular degular.
Roman candles. And all
No,
that.
hold up. We can't just.
Regular degular.
What is regular degular?
Regular degular, you know.
Rob, you had the sparklers with you?
Yeah, yo, no, I actually had it. Yo, why is sparkles so expensive?
Yeah.
How much
Little
was it?
sparkle. I bought. It was buy one get one free, right? So
Yeah.
buy one single pack, which probably had about 9 or 10 in there, for $20.
Damn.
20?
$20. You light it up. It lasts
Jeez.
maybe a minute and a half.
No wonder it's 2 for 1.
Dang,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so
$2
basically,
one,
you
yeah.
basically bought 2 for like $10. But I'm like, I went to the fireworks stand. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Hey, it's lucrative to own them fireworks stand.
Recession
Yeah,
works.
That's some real dude.
Some-
My other
man.
question though is
Wait, let's chill.
why were you buying sparklers?
Oh, the lady wanted, let's get some sparklers. I'm like, all right, cool, get some sparklers. But then I also wanted some band stuff, so I bought some bottle rockets.
This is some man stuff.
And Roman candles. She put it loud, like I was holding the Roman candles out of the front yard, shooting out and stuff like that. And then the last bottle rocket I tried to send, I think I dug it in too deep into the mud. So when it shot out, it wiggled and it stopped. And she's like, "Oh my God!" She dropped her phone and it just started going off like crazy. I just started laughing at That's
Too funny.
Regular degular. What'd you say?
regular degular.
I can't get past it.
Regular degular.
You
That's
know,
dope.
some people had, not just people, because I listening to Henny say, you know, she doesn't really like the booms and stuff.
Yeah.
The animals, man. Our dog, Apollo, every time something would boom off, he started losing it, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel bad for the animals.
my roommate dog bangs his head against my door, like try to get in, because I
Yeah.
kept my door closed.
Bro, I'll tell you, like for me, like I have the worst story. Like when I was little, I remember us going to this lake and we went there for 4th of July. This ain't like beaches in Florida. This is just a lake. A whole bunch of black people out here. And I just remember it was just dark. And man, people were letting off like M80s because out in Seattle, we're close to the reservation. And the reservation sells like the bombs. They sell
potent,
all the
real deal thing.
yeah,
Walk your house.
TNT.
so you can just go over there and spend however much money and get a lot of stuff. And somebody was just letting off M80 after M80 or whatever.
Loud, yeah,
And it was so loud. And I just remember I was crying. I was like a little kid and I was crying and holding my ears, you know, and from like growing up, it just caused some,
Trauma.
yeah,
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just trauma, like almost like a PTSD kind of thing.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I did this weekend. This has been a crazy weekend, long weekend. Man, shout out to Souljah Bless too. He came out. So I had
Shout out to me.
4 shows in a row. Believe it or not, 4 shows in a row. Had 3 shows out in Daytona at the Roof. That's on the pier in Daytona, man. Big shout out to the Roof. They hosted us and did such a phenomenal job. We were there with Smooth Time as well as
Smooth time turn up B.
yeah, I don't want to mess it up. DJ Tadao was out there, Def B as well as DJ KRB. And this was a 3-day show. So 4th of July,
Nice.
the 5th and 6th, coming from Orlando to Daytona every day. So we did those 3 gigs. It was amazing. And then had another gig today for the library for the Melrose Center. My voice is going. I'm out of it, but yo, it's been a crazy weekend, but it's the things that you do. It's the things that you do for the grind, for your dreams, for, you know, what you believe in, what you're great at. And for me, it was like a gut check. It was like, yo, are you going to complain? Or are you going to do this? You know, you're going to just go, boom. So, yeah, that's really what it was, you know. And so at the Melrose also, shout out to Swanberger, right?
Swam
Big up Swan. What's good?
Big shout out to Swam. So he was out at the Melrose Center today with Mugs and Pockets, as well as Terry Binion, the Trimmer Lords, and Amy Robbins in a sidecar. That's who was performing.
In a sidecar?
In a sidecar. Amy Robbins in a sidecar. I didn't get to hear them because I was out. I was like, man, this is the 4th show in a row. I gotta go.
Yeah. You get somewhere to be. I ain't gonna lie. Doing so much shows in a row is tough, you know. Just like being on tour is tough, you know. Especially when you have a tight schedule. You know what I mean? Doing all that kind of thing. Sometimes your voice going out. You gotta drink water, be quiet. You know what I mean? To protect your voice, because it ain't easy. It's fatiguing being on stage. A lot of people don't know that.
You was telling me one time I should drink beet juice. Why were you saying that?
Who beet juice?
You did.
I don't think I would ever recommend that. That don't sound like for sure. Like
drink honey.
Juice?
Fresh squeeze.
Like, I don't sound like no island recipe. Like, I don't even know we grow beet.
No, you told me this. You told me to drink some beet juice on the ice, and I was like, why?
You was thinking about your
That sounds so
nasty.
Beet juice.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
No island man thing. Be.
Hey, but on another note,
It's organic, bro.
tell me this.
It is.
When you was a kid, did you get whoopings?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
All black kids, I believe, got whoopings. Yeah, of course.
All black. Why you don't? I've seen plenty of white kids get whoopings.
Oh, of course. Well, they're
Yeah.
still different, though, in comparison to, like, black kids.
That's true.
They can get away.
Definitely.
They have a chance to run away. Yeah.
Let me hear your whooping stories. What's the most memorable whooping you got?
We
all got
my most
PTSD.
memorable whooping was from my dad when I was how old was I? I had to be like a fresh to the teenage world, and I thought I could.
You was a teenager get a whooping?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm talking about like 13, you know, young teen. Yeah, I might have been a little younger than that, but what I remember is how it wasn't about the whooping; it was how he played the whooping. I came home late, and he was acting like he was taking out the garbage, so he had to be sitting in the back the whole time. He was acting like he was taking out the garbage, and the moment my hand hit the door handle, he swung around with that. Oh my God!
Wow, you didn't even get in the house.
Hey,
Like
and
house
then I
party.
found out my stepmom was standing in the front yard, waiting,
time.
trying to catch us in the front. We tried to sneak in the back. It was me and my stepbrother.
Oh,
yeah, they set us up, man.
Bro, you got tore up at the door
Yeah,
handle.
tore up at the door. My stepbrother tried running. He tried to skate across the backyard. He wasn't quick enough.
Oh,
But they had all bases covered though.
They had it
might have
covered,
the front
yeah.
and the back.
But with that being said, he very rarely whooped us. Like anytime I got whooped, I know I earned it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't no random, spark offs. It was definitely something I did for show, and I just had to reflect on my actions.
Exactly. And that's the
afterwards.
big thing about doing it with whipping, you know what I mean, with beating your children them and so on. You got to make sure that you only do it for, that reason, so that they know, like, we growing up and we could tell the stories.
Yeah.
And we could say, like, honestly, the only way this man beat me was because I do something wrong.
Right.
Which lead me to my beating story now, which is really quick.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I mean, like, man, I don't even know. Are I allowed to say this?
Say whatever, how you got beat.
Yeah, they edited it.
But anyway,
Tone it
all
down.
right. Hey, now we good to go. But look, right?
Bring it
So
up like
what it
this.
is that I don't know for whatever reason why I was a haunted child or whatever, and we had kitchen chairs, right? And my brother used to work at Plaza, and he used to have to cut open boxes, so he had a box cutter, so he just accumulate enough of them. So I used to always walk around with a box cutter, and be like I have a weapon, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I have a box cutter. And I, for some strange reason, like I see the kitchen chair was like pulled outside, so you could kind of see like the cushion of it.
Okay.
And I just had the razor in my hand, and I went,
Wait, what kind of crazy?
dog, I don't know. And so it was like these chairs, my father, I don't even remember how we get these chairs or whatever, but yeah, so I do like cuts on the cushion. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I do it. It happened, right?
Crazy.
So, right?
You crazy.
So what I do is our table was pushed up against like a divider that divide the kitchen and the dining area. So I replaced that chair with the one that's facing the back that nobody don't use.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so
Should be slick.
that chair stayed there for a while, a long time, to the point that I even had time to try to repair it and do different things.
Wow.
Like, I was actually trying to use contact cement and crazy glue. I'm like, I can't get to go back together. Until one day,
You made it worse for yourself.
yeah, well, you know, until one day my father was like.
Oh man.
Until one day my father pulled the table because he cleaning, doing whatever, and when that man see that cushion there, that man there was like,
Hey.
the man was like, hey, we do that. When that man they holler, it reverberating through the whole house, right? So the jig is up. The man said, my brother them had know the whole time. They was like, hey, you got to come clean. And I was like, it's me. I'm the one, B. I'm the one who do it, B.
My question is why?
I don't know.
Why did you
Man,
cut boxes?
Up to this
Just a
day,
kid.
I don't know. Yeah, I was just,
Just
I
a
had a
kid.
box cutter. I just
This is cool shit. You see Zorro?
thinking
probably thought-
Zorro. Exactly, thinking about Zorro. Just leave it to there.
Oh my
But anyway,
God.
so when he reached home, he was like, okay, I'll deal with you, right? So when I waiting for him to come home from work all day, I contemplating with my brothers and sisters like, hey, what you think he go do to me? What you think this man go do? What you think? I don't know, be you go feel it when he come home.
For real.
When this man come home, this man say, okay, go in my room and kneel down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I went in his room.
That's
kneel down.
execution.
Yeah, kneel down, and his louvers. I don't know if you know what louvers is, but in St. Croix, louvers is just a metal. You close it down. So once you close your window, it block all light from outside. So he closed all the louvers, and I just been
Yo,
there.
I'm scared right
Yeah,
now.
I've been kneeling, I'm kneeling down in the dark.
Yeah.
So I in his room kneeling down in the dark because his louvers is dayish time, but once all the louvers close, you can't see a blackout in there. This man,
Maybe you shouldn't have told us.
I telling you the truth, right? I dined there for dude, it seemed like hours I dined there kneeling up. I don't know when this man
scary.
would
Yeah.
come be. And so you just like contemplated like wow.
In the anticipation.
And
coming.
then you just hear the door open, the crack, and then that's when your heart sink me, boy. That man they put a fire. But he put a fire on me, right? But before he do it, he explained why he did it. He tell me, hey, I'm doing this because you do this, and you need to know not to do this and this and that and that. So the man blazed the fire out of me to the point I remember we had a new bed, but we had plastic on our mattress for some strange reason. And I jump on that shit and it was like an inflatable. But and then cried off and I but I know then never to do something like that there again. You know what I mean? So,
That's wild. And after all of that, you know, I think it's important to call out that after all of that, you never looked at your dad as an abuser. You thought like, yeah, I deserve this, right?
yeah, because I know I was wrong for doing that. I mean, I went on to do several other things afterwards that was just as on that crazy level. But it was all, like I say, because of things that I do and I do wrong. So I knew.
Now, what about you, Henny and Rob? Like, what's your stories? I know y'all was bad kids. I don't know why. I just feel like y'all
Yeah,
was
they were
bad.
definitely
You know,
bad.
Henny was a bad kid.
I feel like y'all together, like on a playground, would just be terrorists as kids.
Look
Terrorists.
at Rob's face. Look at Rob's face. You could tell.
It's a lot, but I can say the one I can
Most memorable.
the one I hate the most is the marinated ass whooping.
The marinated.
You got
Like
wait for that
when
stuff.
you know you're in trouble, you got caught, and you know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
coming, but the hours is just ticking and ticking and ticking.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then you
They
just
be
got off
laughing with
school, and you went outside, got to play basketball, got to
Yeah.
do this, hang with friends, go to the house, just do whatever you want. Come home. Oh, we're going to KFC.
do whatever you want.
You're going to KFC. But I still know what I did earlier, but everything is just,
Yeah.
Forget about it.
just going. sitting at the table, just enjoying a meal, you know.
Like maybe they
having
forget
fun.
about it.
Then,
Just make you feel safe.
I believe this one was on a Friday, so you know TGIFs were the hits, you know, Home Improvement, not Home Improvement,
Family Matters.
Family Matters,
Step
Yeah.
by
Step by
Step,
Step.
Brother Meat World, all the whole
Boy
lineup.
Meat World,
So, boom, got some chicken I like, and then I'm about to go watch some good shows. As soon as I finish my last bite,
Oh,
I heard it coming up the hall. All right, let's go. Oh, that's when you like, you feel like your heart feels like it's just like
It's an execution. He gave him his last meal.
last meal. And then it was one of those where you get yanked up by the wrist and they hold you up. Like, pow, and with a thick one, right? A thick belt. And this is, I don't know why as kids we don't learn this, but we just do it because, you know, that's how we protect ourselves. We try to put our hand.
Yeah.
And they tell you, like,
And
move
that
your
just
hand. But
keeps
then
your
all we're
hand.
doing is injuring more body parts. So after probably like, what it seems like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, I don't know. This feel like, of course, forever. Go to your room. I'm just on the bed, just like wilted.
right.
Feel like everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I hate life. And then, of course, I do more.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, and I do even more stuff than whatever I did. But yeah, that was one of the ones I like. I hate the marinated ones, the one where they make sure like they make it feel like everything is normal, and then at the end, right before you go to bed, or even go to take a bath, that's when it really hurts.
Yeah.
I've had those when, and he left welts, and you go take a shower or a bath, and that's just.
And you think about that,
Yeah,
like,
y'all got me hurt feeling.
yeah,
What's
what's
PTSD?
You know what's crazy about that, like, and I don't want to get too deep, but like it's just there's so many similarities from slavery to the way that we're raised and our parents choosing that as a discipline.
Yeah, the go-to.
Yeah, like go to like even like I don't know, Henny, do you have anything you wanted to share? Or I could go.
Well, I got a lot of whoopings.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of whoopings
Passed
growing
on.
up, but there's one that I remember in particular.
What was
And this
that?
was when my family was in town for the summer. So all of my cousins was there, my brother was there, everybody was at the house.
Man.
And we were all kids, so we weren't allowed to participate in the parties that they was having. So they would have parties, they would
Grown
barbecuing outside, it's beers. All you hear is doom, 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 doom all damn night. Like they out there partying,
Yeah.
drinking, having a blast. And I still remember to this day, they brought us some food, and of course we couldn't have ribs because we wasn't old enough for ribs.
I
So we were in the
You're not
house
old
eating
enough for
chicken,
ribs.
I remember that.
burgers,
Too big
and
for you.
shit like that.
Not enough
And
ribs.
then, kids couldn't have ribs.
Really?
Too big
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I feel like I was
a
eating-
choking hazard. Or
No, just because ribs, I guess, were more expensive, and that was for the adults.
Exactly.
It wasn't
that
for
makes
us.
sense. That makes sense.
But I just remember that next morning, my aunt coming in with a bunch of Publix bags, and she gave all of us a bag and was like, "Y'all go outside and clean up." Everybody grabbed a bag and we all went outside, and I just stood there and watched everybody pick up cans. And then my brother, he was like, "You better pick up cans or you get in trouble." And I was like, "Yo, fuck that." I was like, "Man, look." I was like, we wasn't allowed to come to the party. We wasn't allowed to participate in the party. Why are we cleaning up after adults? I
mean-
thought adults were supposed to clean up after themselves.
True that.
And they made a mess in my grandma's yard. I wasn't having it. I wasn't finna clean that shit
So
up.
you was on strike?
Yeah, I was on strike. And everybody else was all like picking up their bags, and they had trash, and we went back in the house. Everybody had bags full of like cans and
That's wild.
cigarette boxes, whatever they found. And my aunt looked at my bag, and I put my empty bag down. I was like, yeah. She was
Wow.
like, so you just wasn't gonna do nothing? And I was like, yeah, I didn't help y'all mess it up. And she was like, go to the room. I was like, all right, bet. I went in the room, and when I walked, all my cousins was kind of like sitting in the living room. So you had like 5 of them on this couch, 3 over here, 2 on the floor.
Yeah.
And they was all looking at me walking in the room like, damn. It was like, you already know what's about to happen. And I was like, it is what it is. I went in the room, and that was the day. That was the
got
day
tore up.
that everybody in my family knew who I was.
Yeah.
We went in that room. She came in with that belt
Tore up.
and a fly swatter, and she just
Ooh,
started
a
beating
fly
me.
swatter?
Yeah, she came in
Fly
with
swatter
everything. She
too?
wanted to fuck me up.
Yeah,
So
that
she
fly
came
swatter
in
gonna
there.
sting.
Yeah, she came in with that. She started beating on me, and nobody heard a noise except for me getting whooped.
Wow.
I wasn't crying. I was looking her dead in her face. I'm like, yeah, this is what time I'm on.
How old
Like,
was you?
I had to be at that point. My cousins, because I hadn't seen them for a big stretch, I had to be like 11.
And you was ice grilling.
Grilling while I was getting a whooping.
That's crazy.
And that was it hurt too. I wanted to cry, but I had to
hold it in.
I had to hold my ground at this point because y'all are
got
visitors fucking up my grandma's yard and you want us to clean
Yeah.
it. So now I had to hold my ground. She was beating me, and then all of a sudden she saw that I wasn't crying, and she just burst into tears and ran out the room crying. And you know how that looked to my family. Like all my cousins was like, "Yo,
she's
nigga,
the
what
one.
you do? Like what happened?"
Like you defeated
They
your
was like,
mom.
"Yo, like nobody else got a whooping after that from
What?
my aunt."
You broke
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
you know, my dad and everybody else had to come tag
She
people
didn't
up
have the
every now
heart
and
for
then,
it.
but after that, my aunt, I don't know what it was. She just stopped whooping people.
Hey,
She still will cuss you out, but
Yeah.
she don't whoop people.
She didn't
but
have the heart for it because the man would have keep swinging where I come
Because
from.
beating a kid.
Oh yeah,
I'm
nah.
sure.
My mama would have kept swinging, but like,
Well, let me tell you how I got tore up. I got tore up in front of my cousins. They still to this day make fun of me for it.
It must have been bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was. We were in a car, so it wasn't. I didn't get tore up. I just got embarrassed. We're in a car. I'm sitting on right behind the passenger. My cousin's in the middle, and then my other cousin's on the left. My aunt's driving, and my mom's in the passenger seat. We're talking about something, and I'm showing out. I'm in the back, like yeah. And my mom is talking to my aunt. I said, I'm listening. What's that? Blah, 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 blah. She goes, boy, you better get some business.
Does she say?
Yeah, she said that to me. Boy, you better get some business. I said, I got some business.
Ooh.
She turned around.
And that's how
So that's why you town business. That's the origin story of town business.
Hey, and I sat there
Hey.
like huffing and puffing, like
That's fire. That's fire. That's,
just like trying not to cry. My cousins were dying. Like they're in the back seat, like falling on each other, dying, laughing, bro. And I'm sitting there. I got tore up. That was
oh my
was a
God.
day that
His
I
life
learned.
flashed before his eyes because I've said some crazy shit, but man,
you got the
my
origin
mom,
story.
I ain't. Yeah, I wouldn't have been on something. I got some business.
I need
I'd
you
have
to.
died.
I need you to know how swift my mom turned
Damn
around. Though
business.
my mom turned around in the passenger seat, so it was like she didn't even undo her seatbelt. She was just, and I just caught it, and I was just
you was in a daze.
She's a
in the
agility
days.
man.
But yo, if you're tuned in right now, thank you so much, man. We're the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. We're here. We drill down to the seed on everything in relating to entrepreneurship, the marijuana industry, the crypto industry, gaming, relationships, music, and so much more. This is episode number 8. Can y'all believe that?
Yeah.
Ocho.
Fast.
Yeah.
Ocho.
So,
Season
man,
2 as well too.
Ocho.
yeah, season 2. Have y'all been seeing Ryan Garcia in the headlines lately?
Yeah, I seen it spark up.
Ryan Garcia, man, just such a
It's
disappointment.
over. Well, also, yeah, he's been known not just to say racist, but just to be off the rail like that, just to be wild and just saying stuff just because
Well,
he got problems.
Let's catch them up with who Ryan Garcia is. So, first off, Ryan Garcia is an American boxer. He fights at the lightweight, light welterweight, and super featherweight division class. So, I came across him, and most people came across him on social media. He went viral. He was showing all of his speed or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, he ends up becoming a professional fighter. He rose in the ranks. His current record is 24-1-1. And so, yeah,
Great
not
boxer.
bad at all. So last year in 2023, he took his first loss to Tank Davis, Javante Davis, right?
Javante.
And so as we continue, so this year, Ryan really started to make an even bigger name for himself, and that's because it was outside of the ring, because of his behavior. He's been in videos to where he's ranting and talking belligerent about so many things. And so he had a fight that was scheduled. They fought this year against Devin Haney. And so during that little run before that press run before his behavior started to get so unusual and off that they almost were questioning, is he sane enough to fight or whatever. So you fast forward to April 20th, 2024, 420. That's when they actually fought. And so to our shocking surprise, Ryan Garcia knocks Haney out. I mean, he doesn't knock him out, but he knocks him down like 3 or 4 times. And so, for one, everybody thought like this dude is, doing all these videos. He's acting manic. He's acting crazy, and now he's gonna fight this fight. Is he in his right state of mind? So boom, this dude fights Devin Haney, and he is just giving him the business the whole fight. And so all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia is somebody different to people. Like, okay, this is a real fighter. Before this fight, he was 24-1. He had only lost to Tank Davis. So he wins this fight. He beats one of the top boxers. And then like a week or a couple days later, the news breaks that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs, which are performing enhanced drugs. Mm-hmm. So, and this was a test that happened before and after the fight. So, of course, Ryan comes out, he denies it, and we're left as fans like, what is going on? Like, did he win? Did he not? Whatever. So later... Yeah. So later, the decision is made to make it an NC, a no contest. So that means that Devin Haney doesn't have a loss on his record, and Ryan Garcia doesn't have another win. Mm-hmm. So after the PEDs were found by the New York State Athletic Commission, they decided to suspend Ryan Garcia for 1 year. So now you're caught up. All that talking, you're caught up. So recently, going live, Ryan Garcia was on a live stream, and he had like this drunken rant, and all of a sudden he's just talking about so much wild stuff. He's literally saying the most racist thing you could say. You know what I mean? Like, as far as being a black man here, like he's yelling out racist things. He's disrespecting Muslims, as well as, I feel like, in Kenny's words, the most diabolical is you got the nerve to talk about George Floyd.
Dead people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all actually seen it, but he was saying, yeah, and he's drunk and he's slurring, but he's like, we should go dig up that nigga, but with an ER.
Hard R.
A hard R,
Real
yeah.
thing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, and then he did that whole thing about niggas with the ER, put more niggas in the ER. Something he was trying to do.
Yeah.
And he was, he got bars.
Well, all I know is that it's surprising he did it, but it ain't surprising that
Why
he
is
said
that?
all that stuff, because I've been seeing a lot of videos of before this crazy part of him trying to become part of Trump's, little fan base, MAGA base. I've seen him,
MAGA,
trying to show off his punching in front of Trump. And so once I started seeing him going that route, shortly after is when all the cuckoo-ness started happening, right? And so it doesn't surprise me when he comes out talking bad about George Floyd or talking bad about Muslims, or because that's what that whole side of the political spectrum is on. And he's trying to gain their support on that side. So, yeah, it made sense when he did it. Like, it surprised me, but it was like, okay.
But was he in his right mind, or was it just a drunken slur rage, like letting his true intentions out? Like,
that true serum.
For some
that's
a
what
little bit of
that
time,
is.
he's been cuckoo. Like, before this fight, like, he's been on Instagram or Twitter, whatever, just releasing like stupid stuff, saying stupid things and crazy things.
QAnon
And they ignored it all. And it was not until this point to where he went to the racist stint, and then now it's like, oh, he has meant to. It's been known before. This boy has like a mental problem, but because he's a good fighter, you overlook that.
Yeah.
Right.
CTE.
Yeah.
Yes,
You can claim
man.
CTE.
And
That's
the thing-
it's just him.
And the thing is, as you can imagine, after that day, because this was a few days ago from this date, but a lot of people were mad, and it led to the WBC, the World Boxing Council, to expel him from all activities with their organization. That's the WBC. That's where the belts are. That's what these boxers do. You know what I mean? And so he claims that he was trolling.
Nah.
Trolled in the wrong way.
Kind of
But,
troll.
right.
Trolling.
He claims that, no, I was just trolling. And so,
I lied on my tell.
but we know that the truth comes out when you're drunk. So do you think that there's any coming back for Ryan Garcia?
Maybe.
Not in the minority communities.
No?
Well, not in the black community. Maybe in the Hispanic community, but not in the black community. I think he's going to fade? No, because MAGA loves him for it. So he's always gonna have that audience. That audience is gonna love him as long as he keeps spewing that hate. They're gonna love him.
They kept trying to get him to say some mega stuff when he was on. I don't know if it was a podcast or a live whose live stream it was, but they kept on saying like,
Spaces. When
Was
he was
it-
on Spaces, probably.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's when he's talking. That's when he's saying
Spaces?
I think it was Spaces.
It
Twitter,
was Spaces.
Oh.
Twitter
Yeah.
Spaces. Yeah, X Spaces.
Wherever it's
When
at,
you
yeah,
said that, I was
Twitter,
like,
Spaces.
so what the hell is Spaces? Like,
That's just what it is. Nah.
Like that.
That's that hangout spot to where everyone like you can
Spaces,
start
yeah,
one like
yeah.
Astro
Sorry.
racists.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Like you're being real spaces right now.
Spaces with the racists.
Astro racists. Hey, that's a mess up thing.
But yeah,
But
they
he's
were.
in rehab right now.
So is he?
Yeah, he apologized. Of course, nobody believes him like they did he, but yeah, he's in rehab
How did he get in this?
Yeah,
because he apologized too. Ain't nobody believe
Right,
him.
right.
No, that's a good
Yeah,
because
good comparison. Nobody
his
believe-
apology don't mean anything because if like how T said, the MAGA side embrace him, the federation where they have all the belts, everything where he could rise up to be the heavyweight champion, or the lightweight champion, or whatever weight class he is.
Yeah.
That's no more now because he get expelled. There's
now.
Well, I mean, I don't
now.
know. I
For
don't
now,
think
yeah.
anybody
Until-
else has been
That is true.
reinstated from being expelled.
When them well-connected
We have to wait
MAGAs,
like 2 or 3 years.
when them well-connected MAGAs start putting their resources together,
I mean,
don't be
that would
surprised
be-
a year from now if Ryan
It
Garcia
would surprise
pops
me.
back out.
Mandela effect.
Because I don't
Yeah.
think
It
anybody
happened.
has been reinstated from being
We'll
expelled.
forget.
No, Mike Tyson was. Mike Tyson
He was expelled?
I mean, Mike Tyson was wild.
He was banned.
Yeah.
Also, I think.
Yeah,
He
he-
was
Well, yeah,
kicked
maybe
out.
he's away then. yeah.
and he got back. And I think Ryan Garcia is 26, so he's fairly still a young fighter. He has so much potential. Like if you've never heard of Ryan Garcia, and this is all that you're seeing about him is negative stuff. Like he is a fighter with so much potential, but he's also been gassed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said it. He's been gassed.
Rue got
There's
sick.
so many fighters. There's so many fighters that he can never see. Tank Davis was one that showed him. Like I feel like he's one of these dudes like that get on social media and get pumped up and all of that stuff. Like and then they get in the ring with real fighters. I've seen some really great fighters, and he is. I feel like when he fought Devin Haney, although he was on PEDs
And heavier.
yeah, I think that there's still a lot of skill that was shown there and a lot of domination over Devin Haney because you still have to get the shots in, you still have to get the round, the hooks, the jabs, the crosses,
throw
whatever.
Yeah, but them drugs speed you up. They make you hit harder.
Or
They make you
focus.
faster. They make you focus stronger. So that's like getting a little superpower to fight a regular person.
Adderall
True.
for boxers.
You know what I mean?
You just
He's good.
That's dangerous.
He's
Yeah.
good, but that definitely gave him a boost. Like
The
if they were both fighting equal, it could have been a whole different story because Haney's hits would have affected him a lot more
Yeah.
if he wasn't using them enhancing drugs.
See, and this is what sucks is that us as boxing fans, like, we're not going to get that rematch.
Yeah.
Like, we might get it, like, but it's going to be way later down the road, like
like when they're
10
in their
years.
30s.
Yeah, they're going to be older, and
36.
people are like, yeah, let's still do it. And
It's done past
it's not
already.
the same.
But
But,
there's money there for it.
He's not in his prime.
but yeah.
Especially if you lose. If he fought him and he's 26, well, he shouldn't have said that racist stuff.
Yeah.
I think, man, you reap what you sow in this climate that we live in, man. Like,
It's life.
what you say is gold. Your word is bond. Like,
Especially when a super sensitive economy right now. You gotta be really careful what you're saying.
it's just like, yeah, like some things like are irretractable because especially when your behavior aligns with it. But either way, let's move on. Our topic today is going to be on mental health. We behind the scenes talk so much about mental health. We check on one another. We care for one another. You know what I mean? And this is an important subject, but also an uneasy subject to talk about sometimes, you know. So for this episode on mental health, we're going to address imposter syndrome. And just to, if you've never heard this term, you know, the definition of imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own effort or skills. So, for example, this goes further than someone being insecure. So this is believing that you aren't worthy of achievement, you're not worthy of being in the same room as a certain caliber of people, or you're not good enough to be in a position that you're in. So I believe, this is where I've been trying to get to. So I believe us as black men, this is like inherited. I think that naturally we have imposter syndrome in some things. So I work in the tech industry that's outside of music, this podcast, and for many years I've always questioned, you know, was I qualified to be there? You know, I didn't go to a really big college like Boston College or Stanford or Harvard. You know, I went to Full Sail, and I'm proud of that. And my honest thought, you know, when I'm working in the tech field is that, am I just being hired on this team because they have a black quota to meet? You know, true. Am I just being hired because I'm black and I'm smart and I have the qualifications that align with the description of the job, or is it because of my skills? So I often psych myself out, you know, when I get awards. I can't say, like, I don't want to say that in the sense of like now, but in the past, I've psyched myself out when getting awards or getting shout outs, thinking like, oh, they're just being nice because I'm that token black guy, right?
Token black guy, yeah.
And that's because I was an imposter, right? So my question to y'all, after a long-winded breakdown, you know, have you ever worked a job and you felt like you didn't belong, or you were, you know, you don't belong there, like you're not qualified for that?
Yeah, my current job is Full Sail University, and shout out to Full Sail because my imposter syndrome had nothing to do with how they treated me. They're very welcome at the school. Henny knows. She's at the school also working out there. They're very welcoming. They made me, when I first got the teaching job, they made me feel like I deserved to be there. But in my head was, you know, here I am teaching next to teachers that taught me years ago.
Yeah.
And these you know, these people have, you know, like Bill Thompson and Kim Kraft. They have their PhDs. They have, you know, these are well-established individuals that have been around way longer than me in the industry. And here I am teaching in the master's program on their level. This is the flagship program at Full Sail. So when I first showed up, you know, in my head was, I don't know what they really see, but I'm going to ride this out until they fire me. Yeah. Real talk. I'm like, I'm going to ride this out until they fire me, you know. And it wasn't until I hit close to my 5th year, after teaching these classes over and over again, did I realize, like, I've been psyching myself the whole time, because every class I teach, I'm teaching what me and Souljah and LaRue have done, and what Henny has done in the music industry for years. You know, the tours we did, we set them things up. Man, we went on them tours. You know what I mean? The hundreds and hundreds of shows that we threw, we did that. We sat planning days out. But in my head was, I'm not good enough. But then after hearing the students and their feedback, and they're like, oh my goodness, I want to do, you know, things you guys did. And none of it's exaggerated when I'm teaching. It's literally factual. You know, we did go on stage right after 2 Chainz, you know what I mean, in front of thousands and thousands of people in a show, right? And we did do, you know, so.
In Colorado.
It took me, in Colorado, it took me teaching other people about what we do for me to believe in what we do.
That's
you know what I mean? It literally took years of me telling other people our real story for me to say, you know what, maybe I do deserve this.
You do, man.
You know what I mean?
You have so much knowledge to share. You're so wise. You've always been a man of many wise words. So it's like being a teacher, like it just aligns. So it's like,
perfect.
Yeah, for real. How about y'all? Have you ever been in a position where you felt like an imposter?
for?
They're like, they're like, nah, dog. I deserve everything.
I'll say this. It's like, okay, so I want to say like there's to me different forms of imposter syndrome. Like you as yourself could really and truly talk yourself out of doing things by being that imposter, like being like, man, you don't deserve, you ain't gonna never be able to finish doing this or doing that because you don't have this ability to do so, you know what I mean? So basically in your head, you become your own imposter to it, you know what I mean? Like you just like, hey, you taking yourself down. The story that I could have on that is like when I was going to the gym, like starting my my gym journey, I trying to get in the gym, not flex, but look a little decent or whatever. When I would start, I would have a little like soreness in my shoulder, and I would use that soreness in my shoulder to be like, listen, you don't belong doing this with this weight things. You don't belong lifting weights. You don't belong getting anything. And in my head, that grew to be like, man, every time I start to go and try to do something in the gym, like I always get injury, something happened.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not till my wife pointed out that she was like, hey, like you being an imposter to yourself, like, because it's not the fact that you don't have, it's not the fact that you can't do it, it's the fact that you talking yourself out of it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So basically, and when for some strange reason, when she say that, it snapped in my head like, lo, I could do this. Like it's not because of my shoulder. My shoulder is not the reason. It's literally my mind was the problem. My mind was the whole issue this whole time. It was the bargain. Yeah. I was psyching myself out like, listen, I don't belong. They have all these other dudes in here. They more buff than me doing all this gym thing. Like I can't do this like them. I ain't like them. And that was just my mind. And then when I released that, you'd want to believe that kink in the shoulder never come back. It literally never come back from since that time.
They not like us.
They like us. They like us. They like us.
I think though the gym like has to be one of the biggest places that there's imposter syndrome, right? Especially, I mean, guys, it's one thing, right, to be buff and be able to lift weights, but for women, can you imagine being a woman like and seeing women that are chiseled up and doing squats, right? Like in there, and they're just trying to get their New Year's resolution on. Like,
everybody in there trying to do that.
Social media runs rampant on that.
Yeah, social media's man. But another part of I'm kind of focusing on on us being black. What we deal with mental health. I think another thing that we do that doesn't get talked about enough is code switching.
Oh yeah, everyone does it though.
Right, so this is altering between two or more languages or varieties of languages in a conversation. So for black people, this can look like not using slang words when we're at the board meeting.
Right. Well, that makes sense though, because we're like, hey, yeah, y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? these stats this year, 2024, we're gonna run it up to 2025. You know how we're gonna do. You feel me?
2024.
Year over year, you know how we doing this dropping, but we gonna get it up. You feel me?
Get your numbers up, man. Get your numbers up.
Nobody's gonna mess with that. Like, you're not gonna bring that in a professional setting.
Do you ever find yourself code switching like without
thinking about it?
Yeah.
Like when I answer the phone and it sounds like a bill collector on the other line.
I just switch it to the straight black on top of here.
No, you do it without thinking about it because it's based on the environment. If I'm going into an environment where it's my people, then I feel relaxed, so I'm going to talk relaxed. You know what I mean? But if I go into an environment where anything I say can ruin or influence a good positive outlook in a business deal, I'm going straight business mode, right? And so I don't even think about it. Like if I've never dealt with them people before, when I meet them, I'm Thomas Jenkins.
Yeah.
If I've dealt with them and I know that these are cool people, when I show up, I'm King T. I'm T. You know what I mean? So the slang changes with who I'm supposed to be for that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could approach for that.
You can call it micro code switching too.
Micro code switching.
There's all kind of words for everything.
No, that's
no, because when you're switching between settings, even while you're in one setting, if you're talking to certain people of a certain aspect, profession, you're gonna switch it up too.
You see
your homies in the club, and then all of a sudden you see your boss and them in the club.
It's
going to switch up.
It's going to switch up quick.
So micro code switching. You're gonna do it to fit into your environment. You're not gonna be yourself 100% every single time, and I guarantee.
But-
I've never met a person like that.
But what bothers me about code switching is that it doesn't feel like everybody else has to do code switching.
They don't.
Yeah, it like to a factor where I can be like, I was in the Army. We can have a radio. I can't blast what I'm gonna play, like what I'm listening to, but this man over here can blast "Sweet Home Alabama."
Innocent, you know?
I mean, that's
Like,
You're not gonna
and
blast Lil Baby.
and not just saying like, I'm just saying like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's hip hop nowadays that is more open ended to everybody, but back in the day, I couldn't play what I was listening to and blast it while he can, or he can say the things that I can't say. You know, he can be completely himself, but I have to code switch. I at least I feel like in certain settings, I have to code switch. I have to. It's one of those conversations that we always have behind the scenes. I have to shrink myself. I have to not look aggressive. I have to not come off as somebody who is, you know. And these are real things that happen with our mental health being black men.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, and I've always thought about that. Like, why do I have to code switch, but everybody else doesn't?
It's natural survival tactics.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all it is.
Now, I can say, like, over the years, I think when I hit 40, I got this I deserve to be me mentality, right? And so at that point, the only time I really code switch is in a really, really professional environment. Like if I'm on a stage at Full Sail,
right,
and I'm speaking on a panel, I'm not going to turn, go street mode on them. But other than that, like when I meet people, when I'm doing things, 99% of the time, I'm speaking exactly how I speak to y'all. I don't throw the, some of the slang. I don't curse as much.
Yeah.
I swear, I tone down the cursing a lot. But I am who I am, and the only time that changes is in a really business professional environment. And other than that, I don't feel bad about it at all. Like some people are like, I hope he doesn't do, and I'm just like,
what I think you're gonna do.
Well, I hope you don't do what you're gonna do.
I hope you don't do.
Yeah, look, let's just say my wife, she's used to me, and sometimes I do things, and she's just like, all right, that's just you. That's just you.
But let me tell you, right? So try being from an island. For me, I just have to do a whole lot of that, you know what I mean? Because like I can't, being from an island and having an accent or whatever, I could never talk to y'all even the same way I talk to my people back home, because it just is not that environment for that, you know what I mean? So even just to talk to my immediate friends, I have to switch into something.
And we can't even understand it when you start talking to people.
You could understand it, you just need to listen. That's all it is.
No,
But,
I've been around Bless and other Cruisians, and when they get talk, it's so fast. It's like Spanish.
Yeah.
But you can understand it more in comparison to Spanish. Too.
But that's the thing, though. So imagine having to do that so it's like you have the island side, then you have the semi-island side where you could, still be yourself, but still communicate with your friends. So you have to tone it down from there, then to go into a real professional setting where in my mind, I sound very professional when I do have that in my mind.
Wait, let me hear it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I made it early into work today. If there's anything else that you could need me to do, I could, get it for you ready.
You're not passing.
Well, you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Sometimes when I feel like I try my best to talk the most straight that I could talk, like, hey, in my mind, I sound just like y'all.
Yeah.
Like, hey, and then somebody repeat what I say and it sound like I'm an Arab from India. Like, oh, yeah, you do.
Brother, your accent's too real, man.
Dude, it's something I have to learn how to deal with, you know what I mean? Like,
it's good real.
No,
it ain't going nowhere, even if you wanted to
my
go nowhere.
first time
That's a good
experiencing
thing.
that was when I had to, in college, I didn't experience that till I went to college, and now we have oral communications. That's a class. So you have to go up and, give, oral speeches to different.
Oh, man.
Exactly. And so I give him my speech and I say tree. That's the number three. Right? And the teacher literally stopped me and she was like, no, honey, trees grow outside. And everybody start laughing. The whole class start laughing. Like, I was like, in my mind, I was like, well, what's the, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't catch a joke, and it was like, it's because you see tree. It's like, okay, all right, so that's how it is up here. Then I have to really, but I still can't say stay tree the right way. No, tree is the best you go get from me, because saying it,
you've been trying for years.
Saying it differently gonna make me feel bad. I don't even want to feel like that. I just say it like how I could say it, you know what I mean? And
that's how I say it.
From that point though is when I realized that, hey, I just have to be myself no matter what. I just have to just let it off, and because of that, it inspired me to go even harder in oral communications, to the point where I was giving these lectures in front of everybody. I was going so hardcore into it but I wasn't changing up anything. And one of my speeches, I ended up, and it was like, and they had 3 more people left after. I finished it with 3. Yeah, exactly. And then everybody started laughing at the teacher clap. I was like, okay, so you see, I overcome that because, you know, that's crushing to a person that come from
But,
you know
but I'll tell you about Bless. Bless is inspiring with his. First of all, you can't get rid of the accent, which is good for you. The reason being is because when I've seen Bless speak over and over and over the years, and they love him when he is authentic with who he is, how he talks, how he if he's true to Souljah Bless, they always love him, no matter where he goes. You know what I mean? So that it's good you can't fully code switch.
What's funny?
I'm stuck in the middle.
I've been in a drive-through with Bless, and you know that.
Oh gosh.
Let me get an Oreo cookie blizzard. What?
Yep.
Let me get a Oreo cookie blizzard. Peanut butter? What'd you say?
Like, hey, tell her what I say, please.
Let me get an Oreo cookie blizzard. You want a number 3? What is it?
Dude,
like,
it's
no, like seriously,
Yeah.
it's amazing to see. And I think another thing that doesn't get talked about a lot too. As much as time I've spent around Souljah Bless, I see people come up to him. I can see another form of code switching is right. Like if somebody comes up to T, oh, what's up, T? Boom, boom. What's up, Henny? Souljah Bless. What up, man? What up, man? Hey, big man. What's up, man?
Yeah.
God,
and I see that.
My existence.
And and as big-hearted and caring as Bless is, I could tell that it bothers him.
Right.
So if anything, man, like that's like coming up to somebody who speaks Spanish and saying, hola, hola. Yeah, you know, I do that though. That means I need to work on me.
Exactly. You need to self-reflect.
He just found out about himself.
Stop
yeah,
running
that's
up on Bless saying Bumba Clyde.
Right.
Stop doing
For
that.
real.
Stop.
Stop.
You hear from them, not me, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's them man who say it, you know.
Facts. But you know, like we going to continue to drill down to the seed, peel back the layers, and today we just kind of uncovered a little bit of mental health. You know, we want to continue to open this up, you know, as much as we want to plant seeds on cryptocurrency, on the marijuana industry, gaming industry, so much more. If you're still watching, thank you. Please subscribe. You know, follow us on our social media platforms. We're going to be here every Sunday. You know, we're going to continue to put out this content. This is episode 8. And when we start to wind down, we want to do our spotlight shout out. And this is a time where we take to really highlight a person that we see doing great things in the community, using their gifts and talents. And today, Henny Skywalker, what you got to say?
My shout out today is gonna be my little sister.
Okay.
Nay.
All right.
How you doing, Nira? Congratulations. She got engaged on the 4th of July.
Hey,
So,
Congratulations, sis.
Congratulations, little sis. My nephew was very emotional. I feel like I need to understand where he gets this from, because I could use some of that emotion.
His
and
auntie.
it's, you know, it's good stuff all around. Like she's been doing a lot of good with her job, and I won't discuss what she does, but she saved a kid, a baby, a newborn, last year.
Wow.
And she got a medal for that. So good stuff.
That's dope.
But congratulations to my little sis, man. She makes me proud. Like, I just remember holding her when she was born. Like, she was a little kid now. Yeah. She's an adult, and she gave me 2 awesome, you know, a niece and a nephew. So
That's awesome. What's her name
just
again?
have fun. My sister's name is Nira.
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 Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out to you, Nira.
congratulations once again
Yes.
on the engagements and the 4th of
step.
July. That must have been big too with the fireworks.
Big
and
up.
Yeah, well,
Big ups,
well, both
Nira.
of their birthday was this week. So, well, last week. His birthday is the 1st and hers is the 2nd. So,
So there's the same sign.
yeah, cancers.
Wow.
Welcome back.
That's
Hey,
Yeah.
Cancer. Shout out to the Cancers.
Yeah, shout out.
Ever born, ever. Just giving that shout out.
Leos.
Not saying it just because I am a Cancer, but
So,
you already
yeah.
know what time it is.
And also, happy birthday to y'all, because I didn't say happy birthday to both of y'all. So
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to y'all. And also, happy birthday, Nancy. You know, it was your
Happy
birthday
birthday,
yesterday.
Nancy.
Be like Agua.
Nancy, we want you on the show.
Nancy coming real soon.
Yes, she is.
I
she
may
is.
say one thing Nancy can't understand. Oh no? Okay, good.
But yo, once again, Nira, right?
Yeah.
A happy birthday weekend, as well as congratulations on the engagement. If Henny's shouting you out, then we know that you're somebody special, and we want to collectively say peace and love. So, how we end the show, we'll do the jewel of the day, and today's jewel of the day: nothing is impossible. Whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish. Whether you are 12 or you're 62, there's always going to be that little voice that's in your head telling you that you're not enough, that you don't belong, that you're not smart enough, that you aren't handsome enough or pretty enough. And that voice is the enemy telling you the exact opposite of who you are. So every time that you hear that voice telling you, say it back to yourself in a different way. I am enough. I do belong here. I am smart enough. I am attractive. And use this trick every time that you hear that little faint voice that's trying to disrupt your bright future. Because you were made for a purpose, and that's why you belong here. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and until next time, I cannot wait to go to sleep.
Boom blast.
Peace and love.
Yes, I. Don't forget to follow us. Ring that notification bell.
Ring my
like
bell.
us on Facebook. Follow us on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call it.
I am vengeance, and I am a mango seed.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
Doses.
You're going to get it right one time.
One time.
One time, you're going to get it right.
Maybe you're gonna get it one time.
I feel like when I code switch, I use more slang.
Your code switch.
You go deeper in
Yeah, it's like Walter. That's Cap. We should like.